Hello and welcome everyone to the Ball in the Morning Show. I am your host, Sidless, and this morning we are covering a brand new story out of Grant City, Michigan. New Grant City Greyhounds head coach Ryan Leaf addressed the media for the first time today ahead of their preseason matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Ball in the Morning Show team got some exclusive audio of the press conference, so let's go ahead and listen in to what he has to say about the upcoming Greyhounds season.
Look, folks, this is the situation that we're in, all right? The NFL, they've already decided that we're not going to make it, that the Greyhounds can't finish the race. That. Greyhounds don't finish running until the race is over. It doesn't matter if there's a concrete wall in front of us, we'll run through it. We don't finish the race until we hoist the Lombardi Trophy, until this city turns into an icon, until people know that this is where the Greyhounds run. So this season, it might not look pretty. We might not win a lot of games, but the race is long and we are strong enough to finish it. And you can quote me on that.
Wow, powerful stuff from Coach Leaf there, folks. I mean, if football doesn't work out, he could always find a career as a motivational speaker, am I right? But the real question is going to be whether or not the Greyhounds can actually deliver on the promises that he's making. Only time will tell. So, in the meantime, stick with us here at the Ball in the Morning Show for all of your exclusive football news. I have been your host, Sidless. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow where we interview Coach Mike Vrabel as he tells us his process for selecting players in free agency and reporters in not-so-free agency. Keep it real, folks, and we'll see you at the Ball in the Morning Show early tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inaugural season of the Grant City Greyhounds Madden franchise. My first ever Madden was Madden 12. You remember the one with Peyton Hillis on the cover? Yeah, it's been a long time since I started playing this series. My first franchise was in Madden 12. I fell in love with franchise because of that game. I fell even further in love with franchise watching guys like Bengal and Mr. Hurricane. They showed me that Madden could be a game in which you could create your own stories. They showed me that Madden could be a game in which anything could happen on any given Sunday. It seemed like a world that could open up limitless possibilities for storytelling. I've always wanted to be able to relive my stories, to go back and watch my favorite plays, relive my favorite moments. And now, creating this series, I finally have that opportunity. Sure, it's kind of self-centered that I'm making this just for myself, but it's also exciting that I get to share this story with you guys. So I hope that you enjoy it just as much as I know I will, and I hope that you love Greyhounds football as much as I already do. I like to make rebuilds as difficult as possible because if you don't, you really kind of finish your rebuild in like a year or two in Madden. And so I'm playing on all Madden with Mat 10 sliders, and I've got free agent motivation set as high as it'll go. We have fewer star players, fewer superstar players, super X Factor players that are going to be showing up in the draft. And as a couple added house rules, I'm only going to be able to sign 5 free agents every season, and those free agents must be under 75 overall for the first 3 years. That's not the only thing that's going to be difficult, though. We have an interesting roster. First thing you're probably going to notice about the roster is that it sucks. Our tight end is our only player over a 70 overall because, like I said, I wanted this to be a longer rebuild. I didn't want to be in the playoffs in 1 or 2 years. I wanted it to take more like 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So our tight end and our special teamers are the only players that are going to be over a 70 overall. It's going to make this game a little more difficult. It's going to make rebuilding more of a challenge. Leading the charge in our challenging rebuild is going to be Diego Alvarez. He's kind of a mobile quarterback, doesn't have a great arm, but I think he's going to be fairly decent. We'll see if he sticks around long term, but this season I think he'll be serviceable at the very least. His number 1 target's going to be Sebastian Cruz, number 16. He's got some holes in his game, just like everybody on the roster, but we've seen him make some pretty crazy plays in training camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a pretty decent season this year. I'm looking forward to seeing some contested catches from him and hopefully some long balls. Rounding out our offensive triangle, we've got Xavier Dubois as our starting halfback. And if he's one thing, and one thing only, which most of these guys are, it's shifty. He's got the best spin and juke move out of anybody on the roster, and he shows it in training camp. We'll meet more of our offense next week, but for now, let's jump into the defense. Starting us off on defense, we have Kenji Nakamura. He stands at 6'4", crazy tall for a defensive tackle, and he's probably the most physically gifted player we have on the defense. He's rough around the edges on the technical side right now, but if he can put it together, he'll be dangerous. Up next, we've got strong safety Everett Bishop out of Wyoming, whose coverage sucks, but his awareness and his catching are up pretty high, so opposing quarterbacks better watch out or else they're going to end up looking silly like Diego Alvarez does here. The last guy we're going to look at today is Mike linebacker Tyson Barrett, whose ratings honestly aren't terrible. I think he could be our best player on the defense. I mean, we're going to see him here fighting through a blocker and getting a sack on Diego Alvarez. If he can keep that up, he'll be fine. Welcome, folks. We are here for our first ever preseason game, the Cincinnati Bengals against the Grant City Greyhounds. The Bengals are a really good test for us because they're kind of a middle-of-the-road team. They've got a stellar offense. They have a defense that's kind of so-so. So we'll kind of get a picture of whether the Greyhounds are going to be terrible or whether they're going to be lukewarm this year. Do I think they're going to be great? Probably not. But who knows? First-time head coach Ryan Leaf could surprise. To start the game, the Bengals are kicking off, and it's going to be Gabe Goldstein, number 13, back to return, and he is bringing it out, and it looks like he'll take it to about the 25-yard line before he's taken down by a horde of Bengals defenders. Diego Alvarez out on the field to start the game. The first ever Greyhounds drive puts Anton Volkov in motion, and it looks like it's going to be a run straight up the middle for Xavier Dubois, who gets about 3 on the play. And on our second offensive play, disaster as we get a false start penalty from our right guard. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. But this is the preseason. That's what that's for. And oh my goodness, a huge run from Xavier Dubois as he breaks through the line. It looks like that was about a 16-yard gain. What a great run from the first time running back here. Looks like there's going to be another motion, and it's going to be a jet sweep. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Trey Hendrickson gets into the backfield and takes down the runner. Looks like the Greyhounds might go with a passing play here, trying to get something going on offense. And yes, they do. It's a rollout, and it looks like that's going to be just short of hitting the tight end in stride. Diego Alvarez back to the line again, and here goes Xavier Dubois, and he only brings up about 2 yards on that run. The Greyhounds are now faced with their first ever 4th down. Not a great first drive from the Greyhounds, but it could have been a lot worse. We could have seen turnovers. We could have seen a lot more mistakes. We had a couple flash plays, so I'm happy overall with how that first drive went. We're punting it away now, and it's going to be brought to, oh my goodness, an incredible hit. An incredible hit from number 44, Jalen Underwood. He's going to be a player to watch this year. He's got some interesting traits, and I'm excited to see him play. The Bengals are going to be starting pretty far back at the 13-yard line because of that great hit by Jalen Underwood. And the Bengals are going to start off the game with a passing play. It's going to be brought down to 3rd and 7 now, as the Bengals are going to be trying to convert and turn it into a first down. They send a man out in motion onto the left, and it looks like it's going to be a passing play. He's going deep to Jamar Chase already, but Solomon Bekele, number 31, brings it down with a swat. What an incredible play from Solomon Bekele. He doesn't have great stats. He doesn't have great attributes, but he's still making plays. The Bengals are forced to punt on a 4th and 7, and it's going to be returned again by number 13, Gabe Goldstein, who's going to call for a fair catch. The Greyhounds trotting out onto the field again, and the offense is going to go into I formation, and it's handed off to number 35. That's going to be, number 34. That's going to be Caleb Whitaker, and it's brought down for a gain of just 2. I formation again as the Greyhounds try to run the ball up the middle. Coach Leaf keeps calling the same types of plays over and over again, and I don't know what he's thinking. It's not going to work. It seems like a switch-up might be coming here as they are switching over to what looks like a passing play. Still in the I formation, but we'll see if Coach Leaf can
draw something up to get these guys going. And that's a great, oh no, that's a drop there from number 87, Connor McCarthy, the fullback. It looked like Diego Alvarez was trying to get him a cheeky little pass out of the backfield there, and that brings up 4th and 6, where the Greyhounds are going to punt it away. And it looks like that punt gets overshot just a little bit, and the Bengals, unfortunately, are going to get a touchback. Joe Burrow, with great field position at the 20-yard line, is going to be passing the ball to number 88. I believe that's Mike Gesicki. Yes, it is. Who takes it up for a 5-yard carry. Now it's 2nd and 5, and the Greyhounds are looking to get a stop here. And that's a great hit again. Number 53 on the play that time. That's going to be one of our linebackers there, Arjun Patel, who makes that great tackle. 3rd down and 6, and the Bengals convert. T. Higgins is wide open. It looks like the Greyhounds were just completely lost on that play. Didn't have any idea what they were doing, and that's a 1st down for the Bengals. It seems like a linebacker had his head turned in the zone coverage, and you just can't do that. You need to be paying attention to the field. Here we go. We have Joe Burrow in trouble, but he still gets the pass off, and it goes down to Andre Yosevas. It seems like number 29, our defensive back, Fabian Suggs, tried to swat the ball away, but he just couldn't get into position, couldn't get in front of Andre Yosevas to knock that ball down. We weren't going to get as lucky as we got with that play that we saw earlier, Jamar Chase's pass being swatted down. Oh, and there goes a flag on the Bengals this time. It looks like they have their own false start. And they're going to be brought back 5 yards for a 1st and 15. And disaster as T. Higgins gets wide open on basically the same play. That's a simple drag route. Nobody was covering him, and he is able to run into the end zone untouched. Looks like we had a couple of defenders that were in position to make the tackle that just whiffed, couldn't make the play happen. And the Bengals are going to go up 6-0. After the extra point, it'll be 7-0 Bengals. So that only took them about a minute to score. But we did get through almost the entire first quarter without giving the Bengals a touchdown, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that this was going to be way more lopsided from the very start, so we're going to take what little wins we can. The Greyhounds are starting off again here. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Not terrible field position. And it looks like they're going out in passing formation. And it's going to go to Omar Rahman, who, oh no! No, Omar Rahman fumbles the football, and it goes straight into the hands of the Bengals defenders. Demetrius Knight is going to be the one that picks the ball up off of the ground. It's a turnover for the Greyhounds. This is the kind of disaster that I was hoping we would avoid from our starting offense. These are our first stringers. This isn't our second string. This isn't our third string. We shouldn't be seeing this happen. And especially from Omar Rahman, who is our best player on the team. This is disappointing. The Bengals are going to take the ball at the 38-yard line, and they're going to be in great position to go and score again before the first quarter even ends. They're going to try to get everything they can out of Joe Burrow's 1 quarter of playtime here. And what could have been a great hit from Arjun Patel again turns into a decent tackle that brings the Bengals back to a 3rd and 11. We'll see here if the Greyhounds can get a stop. And wow, what a hit. What a hit on T. Higgins. Knocks the ball out. The Bengals are not able to convert, and they're going to have to kick a field goal here. And, oh no. Evan McPherson shanks the kick to the right, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the kicker was hit by Jalen Underwood. Jalen Underwood, who I was just talking up earlier, gives us one of the worst penalties at the worst possible time, and that's going to be an easy touchdown lob to Jamar Chase. I mean, you couldn't have made that any simpler for the Bengals if you tried. Greyhounds are going to go down by another touchdown early in the game, late in the first quarter at least. The Bengals are going to go up 13-0 as Jamar Chase celebrates his touchdown there. And after this extra point, they are going to be up 14-0 over the Grant City Greyhounds. That drive only took 39 seconds, which makes a lot more sense since they were only at the 38-yard line to start with.
But we're going to hopefully get one more drive out of Diego Alvarez and company, and we're going to see if they're able to make something happen in the few seconds they have left. We've got Goldstein again returning the kick, and he's able to take it to the 29. He's had a couple of decent returns. I'd like to see a little bit more out of him, but I'm not displeased with the performance I've seen from him so far as our kick returner. And to start off this drive, again, the Greyhounds try to go up the middle. This seems like a terrible strategy. It's not working for them. It worked one time, and they decided that they were going to make it their whole offensive identity. We see another terrible, terrible error here late in the first quarter as quarterback Diego Alvarez is sacked way behind line of scrimmage. It's now 3rd and 16. They've got to make up some ground, and number 7, Micah Holloway, one of our best receivers, drops the football, is not able to convert, and they're going to have to punt it away. Doesn't look like there's going to be any points on the board for Diego Alvarez and company, and the Twos are going to have to make up some ground when they get in here in the second quarter. I have even less confidence and even less faith in the second stringers. But, the Bengals second stringers are going to be out too, so maybe we'll have a shot. Oh, and we've got a little bit of a screenplay here, and that is going to be dropped for a gain of 4. Joe Flacco is quarterbacking for the Cincinnati Bengals, which is always a little conflicting for me. And now I'm just upset because he makes a wonderful, easy pass. Wonderful, easy pass to number 15, Jones on the Bengals, who is brought down after about what looks like a 15 to 20-yard gain there. The Bengals are just moving drive after drive after drive, and you have to wonder what the defensive coordinator here is thinking. Well, is he even awake? And it seems like at least a few of the defensive players are awake after that pass gets knocked away harmlessly to the turf. The Bengals are now on 2nd and 10, and the Greyhounds are desperately trying to make something happen, but a missed tackle on Noah Fant brings the Bengals another 20-yard gain. They're on the 15-yard line here now. They are knocking on the end zone's door. They are trying to punch in another touchdown, and Joe Flacco, no time to throw the ball away. He is brought down by Colt Ramsey, number 93, one of our defensive tackles, for a sack. That's going to be the first sack in Greyhounds franchise history, and it's a loss for 7 for the Bengals. That came at a perfect time. Put the Bengals back on their heels, don't let them build up any momentum, and of course we follow it up with giving them a 13-yard gain. It's now 3rd and 4, and the Bengals are going to be trying to get a conversion or a touchdown here. Joe Flacco's got plenty of time to throw, and the receiver is brought down by Jalen Underwood, but not before he's able to cross that line and get a first down for the Bengals. They've got a new set of downs and a new opportunity to score here. Joe Flacco is going to be throwing the tight end in motion. He's going to be rolling out in what looks like a wheel route, before the ball is thrown to number 15, Jones again, who's brought down by Tevin Sinclair, number 22. The Bengals are coming out in a run. Oh, this is not looking good, folks. This is not looking good. Taj Brooks, number 25 for the Bengals, punches in an easy touchdown after another whiffed tackle. The whiff there was by number 40, Tyson Barrett, who's our starting Mike linebacker. We have a new face returning the football now. It's number 3, Bryce Callahan, who's one of our other receivers. He's going to be probably our number 4 guy. Trotting out onto the field with Bryce Callahan is going to be Marcus Johnson, number 8. He's going to be our backup quarterback this season, and he's kind of got some wheels. I'm pretty excited to see what Marcus Johnson can do this season. See if he can run around a little bit and make something happen, but he's not able to that play. He's brought down in a sack for a loss of 2 yards. An unfortunate turn of events on his first ever play as a Greyhound. He's going to drop back for another pass here, and that one is going to be completed to Anton Volkov, one of our tight ends. He's 31 years old, probably one of our oldest players on this roster. We're going to see if he's able to make an impact here in this game against the Bengals. He's not a bad player. Hopefully he can. And hopefully Marcus Johnson is able to distribute the ball, not only to him, but to some of our other talented receivers.
But, oh my goodness, an insane grab from Bryce Callahan. There was no reason that Marcus Johnson should have thrown that. But Bryce Callahan still comes up with it. And they get a first down. Their first down of the second quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 now after a great run by backup halfback Connor Kaplan. They're going to be bringing the ball out here in what looks like a passing formation. They've got 3 receivers on the left. They've got number 4, Victor Wen. They've got Gabe Goldstein and Bryce Callahan out to receive. And the ball goes to none of them. It goes instead to Anton Volkov, who crosses the field. That's 2 catches for him here in the second quarter. Maybe we see a game from him. Maybe we see some breakout opportunities showing up for Anton Volkov late in his career. Oh, and a great run from Connor Kaplan as he breaks off a 9-yard carry. He had some patience there. He had some dedication. He waited for that to open up, and he cut back inside after taking it to the right. There's going to be a timeout here called for the 2-minute warning. And the Greyhounds are going to get a little bit of rest, some much-needed rest, as they are surely tired, especially the defense, after getting run ragged by the Bengals offense. Our second-string fullback is going to be brought out, and he's going to go into motion there. You see him, number 42, and he's able to make a decent enough block. That gets us a couple of yards so that we can gain a first down, and we can have an opportunity here. Oh, and the Bengals are going to call timeout. Looks like they're trying to save a little bit of clock time so that they can send their offense out and try to get another touchdown if we score here. And we'll see what happens as we're brought out into a heavy formation. We've got 2 tight ends out on the field, and it's going to be the Leaf special, a run straight up the middle as the Greyhounds are able to get just a few yards on that carry. 2nd and goal now. The Greyhounds are going out in passing formation, and the ball goes up and out. Oh my goodness, that should have not ever been thrown. It was a pass to what looked like Connor Kaplan, I believe, and we were lucky that that wasn't an interception from Marcus Johnson. He's dropping back to pass again, though, and it goes to Anton Volkov. Oh, yes, it goes to Anton Volkov, who almost comes up with it, but the ball is knocked out at the last minute, and the Greyhounds are going to have to settle. Oh, the Greyhounds are deciding they're not going to settle for a field goal. They're out on 4th down trying to score a touchdown here. Let's see what happens. And they score! Greyhounds score their first touchdown. It's Bryce Callahan on a little bit of a slant route there. He scores over the middle after what was a pretty easy route. What an amazing turn of events. What should have been a field goal turns into 6 points for the Greyhounds. And after the extra... Oh no. After what should have been 7, the Greyhounds are only going to be down now by, 15 points? 21-6 Greyhounds going into the late second quarter. The Bengals, the Bengals break away a huge run as number 23, Justice Hill, is able to run the ball out to about the 49-yard line. The clock is still rolling. The Bengals have 1 timeout left. We're going to see when they decide to use it. And we see number 15, Jones, who seems to be Joe Flacco's favorite target today, make another big play. He's throwing off defenders. He's shirking off any hands. He is dedicated to getting the first down, and the Greyhounds are not able to answer him. Here we have, another good play from number 59, who has been playing pretty excellent. That's Dante Marino. He's one of our backup linebackers. I didn't expect a lot out of him, but he's played pretty decent in coverage today. Joe Flacco has got no opportunity to get the ball to his receivers and instead throws the ball away to try to save some clock, and he brings up 3rd and 10 for the Bengals. 3rd and 10 now. Colt Ramsey has got a double team on him. Guys, he can't possibly be that good. But Joe Flacco is stopped by number 58, who is going to be Ruben Torres, one of our other defensive tackles. That was a great stop by our defense. I wonder where that's been the entire game. I wonder if we're going to see some more of that going into the third quarter here. Evan McPherson with another miss. I don't know. The Bengals might be having a look into getting another kicker. That's twice that he's missed. I know one time we technically interfered with the kick, but the Greyhounds are back onto the field again. They're going to try to get a touchdown, maybe even a field goal here before they go into halftime.
but things are not looking promising as Marcus Johnson throws a little bit of a goofy pass there on first down. He's able to connect, though, with Connor Kaplan on second down, which brings up a 3rd and 6, and this is going to be crucial. We're going to see if they're able to keep this drive going or if they're going to... Oh, no. Marcus Johnson is brought down deep in the backfield, and it's now 4th and 12. The Greyhounds just have not been able to get anything going on offense, and it seems as though the Greyhounds were planning on going for it. We'll see what happens after this timeout, though. Apparently, Ryan Leaf thought better of it, and he sends out the punt unit. We have a much better punt than last time that the Greyhounds still are not able to get underneath, and it seems like the Bengals are going to get there out there to the 20-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off, and they're going to end the half with that. It is 21-6 at halftime. Your Greyhounds are down by 15 points, and they are kicking the ball off. Tom Zielinski kicks the ball away, and it is a boot. We see here now the returner brought down at about the 25-yard line. I have honestly been pretty happy with the kickoff and the kickoff return teams. They have not disappointed me very much. But the defense continues to disappoint. Number 39, Zach Okoye, is able to bring down the running back after he makes a huge play, but not before he gets what seems to be about 15, 20 yards on us. It's now 1st and 10, a new set of downs for the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Flacco is making some calls, making some changes on the line. He's almost sacked, but instead is able to get the ball away to Jones again. Oh my goodness. Number 22, Tevin Sinclair, was there. He was in coverage and still was unable to bring him down. And oh, what a great play there from number 29, Fabian Suggs. He was able to rush the quarterback on what seemed to be a safety blitz and bring Joe Flacco down for a loss of 17. You see Fabian Suggs in the replay here. He is lined up unopposed. Nobody even tries to stop him, and he makes a great play. Look at me, he says. Look at the name on this jersey. Hopefully we get to call that name quite a bit in this year and the years to come. We've got the Greyhounds defense now after a second down play that gained the Bengals 7 yards, gaining a first on 3rd and 10. The Greyhounds just can't do that kind of stuff. 3rd and 10, that's a difficult play to convert, and the Bengals just make it look easy. That was number 44 again. Jalen Underwood, I hyped him up, and he fails me again. The Bengals, we see now, are down 3rd and 5 again. This is going to be a crucial play. We're going to see if the Greyhounds can get a turnover, and they do. It's 4th down and 5 now. That pass was intended for Noah Fant. Thiago Costa was in coverage. They were unable to connect on that play, and the Bengals are going to have to settle for a field goal. The score now is 24-6. One thing you guys will notice is some of these plays are kind of skipping around. This second half was kind of a rough one, so we're going to be jumping around a little more than we even did in the first quarter. We have now a new player returning, and that's Victor Nguyen. Oh my goodness, Victor Nguyen, he's number 4, one of our wide receivers. He has a great return. We should have him back returning kicks more often. He brings it up to the 47-yard line. What a great return there. Let's see if this can inspire the offense. Oh, and it seems like it does. Connor Kaplan takes an inside zone. No. Oh, no. With every bit of good news we get bad news. Bryce Callahan seems like he's got a shoulder injury. He's gone over to the sidelines in pain. I hope he's not hurt too bad. The I formation again for the Greyhounds on 3rd and 1. It hasn't worked out so well for him lately. We'll see if it works out here, and of course it doesn't. It's 4th and 2. The Bengals are going to bring the Greyhounds to yet another crucial juncture. Does Coach Ryan Leaf decide that he's got to go for it? He does. He does. The Greyhounds decide that they're going to go for it again. It seems like it's going to be a rather simple play. And instead of passing the ball out to Victor Nguyen, Marcus Johnson decides to pick up the first down with his legs. And it seems like there is officially an update on Bryce Callahan. He's going to be out for quite some time with a shoulder injury. And that's unfortunate. Bryce Callahan was one of our best receivers. In fact, he was planned to be either a number 3 or number 4 receiver on the roster. We were hoping to get some good looks from him. And the bad news just doesn't stop coming as Marcus Johnson is sacked for a 5-yard loss here on second down. Now the Greyhounds are coming out on 3rd and 15. We're going to see what they're able to pull off here. It seems like Marcus Johnson is making some audibles at the line, trying to get some kind of play going, trying to get some kind of route that might possibly work. Maybe he's not quite happy with the look he's seeing here. And it seems like Victor Wynn is going to go out on a post route, but Marcus Johnson doesn't see him. Instead, he tries to pick it up with his legs, and he's brought down after a gain of only 4. It is now 4th and 11 Greyhounds. Things are just not going our way here, folks, and it seems like there is no stopping the Bengals' offense or defense. But the Greyhounds are going to try to take their points here. It's going to be a deep field goal, yet still Tom Zielinski is able to convert it. And it's now 24-9 Bengals. The Bengals are coming out here on offense. This is probably only the second time, maybe the third. Actually, this is the third time that they have received the football on a kickoff. And we see number 22, Tevin Sinclair is able to bat the ball away. He's had a good game. He has not had too many plays where he has had advantage taken of him. He's been making some... Oh, no. It's to the running back every time. It's to the running back or it's to number 15 on the Bengals offense. I mean, we're just not able to stop either of them. Tevin Sinclair, just as I speak about him, again, has a bad play. He's not able to take down the runner before he makes a first down. We're brought into a crucial situation here, 2nd and goal on the 1, and we see a great play made there by number 90. That's going to be Ashton Crawford. He brings down the running back 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, makes it a little more difficult, and yet still the Bengals are able to score. That was number 29, Fabian Suggs, in coverage on Taj Brooks, and for as positive of a game as I think... Oh, no. Guys, things aren't looking hot here. Marcus Johnson throws the first interception of the game to Dejon Anthony. That's going to be another turnover, and it's going to be at the 21-yard line, giving the Bengals an opportunity to score a pretty easy touchdown here. Get some pretty easy points on the board. But not before Thiago Costa, another one of our safeties, is able to bring down a runner. It's going to be a first down here after a couple of plays off screen. Taj Brooks is going to run the ball up and get about 1 yard on the play. This third quarter has been tough for us, and the Bengals seem content to let it roll over into the fourth before they snap the ball. Like I was saying earlier, we're going to try to run through this second half a little quicker than we did the first half. The preseason is going to be a little bit different than the regular season. In the regular season, you're going to get more play-by-play. You're going to get just about every play in the game. And here in the preseason, we're going to kind of skip around a little bit. The Bengals are going to start at the 7-yard line here on second down, and they're going to bring it up to about the 4 for a third down try here. And it seems like finally... Oh, no. Finally, we saw what was going on. We saw that Joe Flacco was going to throw the ball out to one of his running backs, Chase Brown, but still unable to stop it. We just have to get things started on defense. Somebody's got to light a fire under them. We can't keep making these same mistakes, and it seems like maybe the offense is going to try to light a fire under them as number 83, Khalil Haddad, makes a huge grab there for us and gets a first down. Much, much needed there. Connor Kaplan is not able to capitalize, and we're brought down for a loss of 1 there on first down. Seems like Coach Leaf is drawing up a halfback screen here. He's done running the ball straight up the middle, hopefully. And the ball is going to go out to Connor Kaplan, who catches it in stride. He's turning, he's running, he's going. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, the 10, the 5, and he makes a touchdown. That is the first touchdown from Connor Kaplan here in the Greyhounds franchise, and what a great play it was. He does a little headstand there to celebrate, and the Greyhounds are going to go out and try to score 2 here to make the game a little more manageable. The ball goes out, and it seems like Khalil Haddad is just unable to make the grab, and he seems hurt too. There is no shortage of bad news today. He's going over to the sideline. Looks like he might be all right. Probably just a little bit shaken up there after what was a pretty big hit. And, wow, what a great play there. Yeah, it looks like a hip pointer there for Khalil Haddad. Thankfully, nothing too serious, and we'll be able to get him back next week. Doubt he'll play much more in this game. But what a great play there by the corner. We were able to knock that ball away, and we were able to bring up a 3rd and 7, which is now a 4th and 4. And it seems like Fabian Suggs is able to redeem himself there on 3rd down and make a turnover happen. That's a quick curl route going out to Victor Nguyen. I keep saying Nguyen. I know it's Wen. Victor Nguyen makes a 1st down play grab there. He has been awesome in this game. I mean, every opportunity he's been given, he has capitalized on. There was one drop that he had that I don't... Oh... Goodness, folks, that's going to be the 2nd interception by Marcus Johnson, and I don't much think that was his fault. Brian Asamoah is the one making the interception there. The O-line just seemed to collapse, but, well, maybe I was wrong. Marcus Johnson just still somehow ended up on the ground. It seems like he kind of just threw a meatball. I guess that was Marcus Johnson's fault. I don't know how that even happened. The Bengals are going to have the ball again. 3rd down and 7, though. And Arjun Patel is going to come in. Don't know why a starter is on the defense right now. But he is able to make a great tackle there and make a turnover happen again. Now we have Malik Thompson, number 12 at quarterback, coming out onto the field for the Greyhounds. And he's going to make a run for it, too. Marcus Johnson isn't the only one with wheels on this roster. Malik Johnson wants to let everyone know that he is just as fast, if not faster, than Marcus Johnson. And it seems like he's a little bit more accurate. Victor Nguyen, he's making another fantastic grab there on a little drag route and getting the Greyhounds a 1st down here. Much needed. And that's another fantastic catch. That's Connor Kaplan. The pass was not great. It had to be caught behind him, but still, regardless, that was a 9-yard gain. And wow, another fantastic catch from Victor Nguyen. That was while the corner was on his back, while he was being hit, that he makes that grab. Connor Kaplan going out for another halfback screen, and he's able to make about a 9-yard gain there as the Greyhounds will call a timeout and try to get closer still to scoring another touchdown in this game. It's all going to be for posterity at this point. There's less than a minute left in the football game, but Coach Leaf wants to see what this offense has before, and it seems like not much, as that falls harmlessly to the turf. And it's now 3rd and 1. We'll see what happens here. Looks like the quarterback, Malik Thompson, is going to be back in shotgun formation. He steps up. He's running. He gets about a 3 or 4 yard gain, but thankfully that is good enough to get us a 1st down. All we needed was 1 yard, and he was able to get that. The Greyhounds call their final timeout perhaps a little bit early, and we see them dropping back for another pass here, and that's Victor Nguyen on the side. He gets about a 4 yard gain and stops the clock. Maybe they don't need that timeout after all. Maybe they can keep running little routes like that and save the clock. And it seems like they might be able to as wow, excellent footwork there from Gabe Goldstein. All those returners seem like they're really making things happen here on offense. We should get them more involved with the ones next week. I know for a fact that Victor Nguyen is going to get some more looks on the first team when we play next week. Seems like some audibles are happening here at the line from Malik Thompson. The ball is going to go up. Oh, no. It seemed like he was hit as he threw. The ball just floated perfectly to the defender, and that created another interception and turnover for the Greyhounds that ends the game against the Cincinnati Bengals here. Disappointment, 38-15, a 23-point loss. And yet, we performed better than I kind of thought we would. I was expecting this to be a complete blowout. I didn't think we'd score any points, but we put 15 points on the board. And technically, I mean, if we would have made that extra point, we would have had 16. So, you know, it could have been a lot worse. We could have played a lot worse football. There were some good plays. There were some really bad plays. There was this incredible touchdown from Connor Kaplan, and we were able to see some flashes from the Greyhounds. We're going to try to carry those flashes over into next week. We're going to look at the stats here. Marcus Johnson, 9 of 19 for 155. Malik Thompson, 6 of 7 for 47. We have Connor Kaplan, 8 carries for 33 yards. Xavier Dubois, 5 for 23. Victor Wynn, 4 catches for 40 yards. Connor Kaplan, 4 for 73 and a touchdown. Bryce Callahan, 2 for 26. Anton Volkov had a couple of good catches. Didn't make anything happen after the second quarter, unfortunately. Fabian Suggs with 7 tackles, 1 for loss, and a sack. Colt Ramsey with 3 tackles, a tackle for loss and a sack. And Kayvon Rucker with 2 tackles and a tackle for loss. Tevin Sinclair, like I said, he had a pass defense, so did Brooks Emerson, and both of them had 7 tackles. You don't want to see a lot of tackles from your corners, but they were able to at least stay involved and make sure that the game wasn't getting out of hand, I suppose. Well, that brings us to the end of preseason week 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you trust that there's going to be some better football around the corner. Well, if you guys have made it to the end of the video, congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I know that the editing style was a little jumpy and it was a little quick. I'm still learning, so things will hopefully be a little bit different in the next game, and we'll kind of get editing a little more figured out as time goes on. But the Greyhounds will be back. This is not a loss that we can't come back from. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see how the rest of the preseason ends up, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes. I'm really happy that I have this opportunity, and I hope you guys stick around for the rest of the season.